So if you never want to be broke again, one of the things that you need to come to know about and one of the things that you need to get in place is a golden overdraft. So this is something that I've been sharing with clients and members, and I know that pretty much all of you, none of you, not one of you, will have heard of the golden overdraft in your life. And you need to have this in your finances so that you don't go into your overdraft. It's going to help you prevent yourself from going into credit card debt or even taking out loans. Of course, we know that being broke is not good. We know that being broke is not cool. We don't want to be incurring fees and costs and so forth. So if you don't like something, sometimes you gotta go back to your actual mentality. So what I'm looking to do is to change your financial mentality in order to change your financial reality. It's that simple. It's so bad with some people that it's almost like they go into their overdraft. Like imagine it. You don't just go into your overdraft, but you go into your overdraft. And what do we mean by that? We're talking about going into your unarranged overdraft, where the fees are even greater. These are things that we want to avoid. It's not actually the financial tip, but going into your overdraft, it actually does come up on your credit report. So if you want to make sure that, I'm not saying it's going to affect your credit score, but if you want to make sure that in terms of your credit rating, credit score, credit report is the best it can be, you want to avoid going into your overdraft. So right now I'm telling you things that, look, you're never going to hear if I don't tell you. But that is very, very, very important. People are rarely ever broke because of their expenses are too high or because their income is too low. It all comes down to financial management. So the golden overdraft is going to be a part of your financial management. If you don't have a golden overdraft, for most people, you're not managing your finances properly. So you got to ask yourself, do you have this golden overdraft? If you don't, as far as I'm concerned, as far as wealth etiquette is concerned, you are not managing your finances as well as you can. So today's financial tip is to have a golden overdraft, and I'm actually going to show you what that means on here. So let's just say, for example, you have £1,000 in your account. Of course, you know that your bank account can go down to zero. And if it goes below zero, you enter your overdraft, right? So overdraft. Now, when we talk about your golden overdraft, this is you actually setting a new line. And with your golden overdraft, you have a new golden limit. And what will happen is we call your new limit your golden figure. So as an example, your golden figure can be, let's say, £250. Now what happens with the golden overdraft is if somebody's bank balance falls to £250, yes, they are still in a positive according to the bank. But what happens is for this person, if their account, let's say, goes to, so now their account is £230, what happens is that they are now £20 into their golden overdraft. Your goal is to keep your account above £250. If your account goes below £250, you are in your golden overdraft. You shouldn't be looking to even get into your golden overdraft, let alone your actual overdraft. So what we are doing is we are resetting your overdraft limit. The bank is going to tell you if your bank account goes below zero, you are in your overdraft. But you are going to tell yourself if your bank account goes below £250, then you are in your overdraft. So this is what we call your golden overdraft. So that is this amount here. This is what we call the golden overdraft. And when you operate your finances in this way, you're going to find that you're not going to get to zero. And if you do, it's going to be less likely. And so with that, of course, when we talk about being broke means to not have money. In having this, you will always have money. Some of you may not have as £250, but it might be, for example, £500. What does this mean? Your bank account never falls below £500. That's what it means. Your bank account never falls below £500. So this is what we want to be doing. We do have a rule of thumb for the golden overdraft. If you want, it can be 20% of your monthly income. 20%. So if you earn, let's say, £2,000 a month, £400, that's 20%. that is your golden overdraft. This is crucial because in doing this, I can tell you and I can promise you that you are less likely to get to zero. Of course, there are many other things that you need to do around financial management, and that will also help you to get to zero. But this is one of the things that you need to be doing. Also, when we talk about your finances, yes, there's golden overdraft, and many of you, I hope all of you, have heard of having an emergency fund. So this is quite similar to an emergency fund, but it's not the same. This doesn't replace an emergency fund. An emergency fund is money that you put aside for a rainy day. This, as I said, is different. So when we talk about your finances, you need to understand who the enemy is. Have a guess. What is the enemy in your finances? And it starts with D. Yeah? The enemy in your finances, it starts with D. I'm going to put it over here. There. There is the enemy in your finances. What happens is that the golden overdraft is your first line of defense, so that you don't end up bringing the enemy into your finances. Your emergency fund is your second. So right now, if you don't have an emergency fund, if you don't have a golden overdraft, these are things that you have to prioritize and get in place. So what I'm going to say in terms of action points is that ask yourself, when are you going to have this golden overdraft in place, and work towards getting in place? Ask yourself, what is the size of your emergency fund right now? What should the size of it be, and seek to get that in place. Look, if you're struggling to work out what the amounts of things should be, feel free to message me. If you want to actually get your own copy of the financial tip that was sent out to the wealth community, that was sent out to the clients and the members, look, just message me and with your email address, and I will send it over to you. But this is just a financial tip that I'm giving you, so that you can essentially do one thing that's going to help you to maximize your wealth. Because we know that when you're going into your overdraft, we know that when you're using credit, we know that if you're going to have to get a payday loan or any other short-term loan, they come with costs, and these costs do not maximize your wealth. These costs actually destroy your wealth, unless of course we're talking about good debt.